Good evening or morning or whenever you get to see this. I'm getting around to the resolutions. First, I gotta say something here. I am extremely humbled and thankful that certain people are actually watching these videos. There were two phone conversations that I had today that informed me that my audience is a little wider than my metrics are currently suggesting. I'm really glad that these videos are useful for people. One of these conversations even motivated me to do these resolutions as soon as possible. Thank you very much for the motivation, because this table of contents we're about to look at, it's a wall of text. Just the table of contents. There is a favor that I have to ask of all of you, though. Like the videos you watch, subscribe to the channels. Subscribe to the channel if you think that's worth your time, and if you feel comfortable doing so, leave a comment, especially a comment about the material in the video. This will help me a lot. Also, when I reply to people in like texts or when you call or certain posts or what have you, it might look like I'm ungrateful or I don't care or I'm even annoyed. None of these things are the case. I guess it's just how I am. I very well appreciate the kinds of commentary, even the negative stuff. I appreciate it actually very much, and keep it coming, I guess. Now, on to the video. This video, I'm going to be starting the review of the resolutions packet going into the 2025 winter meeting of the Idaho Republican Party. Now, I had to rearrange my OBS here a little bit here, so I'm hoping that I'm transitioning properly. Yeah, almost. There we are. I had about 20 pixels of play there. So there is a little timer right around there. It's currently says 20 minutes right there, and is currently doxing the time of night I'm actually doing this. But the reason why this is there, and I have to explain something first before I go into this packet. There is just simply no way I'm doing all of this in a single video. Yeah, there's a possibility that I'm recording all of this tonight, but it can't be in a whole video because my estimate, going through the whole thing, it could take up to 3 hours if I just did it all in one. And also, as I'm now just remembering, I'm also having to take notes on every single one, because apparently that really helped a few people that actually got back to me about this. Even one of the phone conversations I had this morning, this helped people navigate through it. So I'm going to be doing that again. It's going to take slightly longer, and it's also going to have to be spread out over multiple videos now. But I do have to do this. So resolutions, reactions, and then I'll have to type blah. Okay. So I've got my iPad right here, and now I have to wait for the Notes app. Okay, so, and I did notice this little odd thing at first, and then I was told by several people, in fact, that I'll explain this more when we get to the table contents, but there are a bunch of 2024 labeled resolutions. At first, I thought somebody was just being lazy at state headquarters, and I'm sorry about that, but actually what's going on is apparently a lot of these resolutions are apparently leftovers isn't the right word, but they're carried over from the convention because things didn't get their proper time and things weren't, procedure wasn't properly done. There wasn't a good way to take care of that at the convention up in Coeur d'Alene, so now these are coming down here to Boise to dispense with. And that's also the reason why there's a few types of ideas that wouldn't necessarily be in a summer or winter meeting. These are the kinds of things you would only find at a convention. But yeah, but anyway, so yeah, this right here, so I'll have to start the timer like right now so that I can get the first video through and then uploading while I'm taking care of it. And now I might be able to gain more on that and say do a lot more of the time, but as soon as the first video is completely uploaded, then I'll stop that video whenever it is, and then just keep on recording while uploading. Just do the batch that whatever I have. So this could take up a few videos. We'll see how that works, but I am going to start the timer now. When that timer is up, I'll close out whatever resolution I'm still commenting on, but then I'll have to stop, say blessings, because I love that I stole that saying. But say blessings at the end of it, and then do all the YouTubey stuff, and then start recording again. That's how this is going to have to work. I have been talking for almost 7 minutes now, and I still haven't gotten into the meat of the video yet. I am so sorry, but I am truly thankful for my viewers. This is such a niche thing where I'm talking about internal Idaho Republican Party stuff, and yet people want to watch. And I know people have been wanting to watch it forever because mostly here I go again. I'm gonna get to this. I'm sorry. Okay, so there we are. Let's see, making sure I'm still. Yep. See, the resolutions this time is Scott Herndon, Bjorn Handing, and Cornell Reza. Hey, Cornell's already going to be in town anyway because he just got to be elected in the legislature, so that's cool. It's going to have him around all the time. There's Phil Hart. A lot of people lying about him recently, and some names I'm recognizing. Oh, Alexis Scott is coming. Oh, that's cool. Graham Patterson, Greg Furch. Greg's a good guy. I was going to submit him for the Hall of Fame, but some other things got in the way, and then some people didn't get back to me about the forms of that. But anyway, yeah, there's other usual names across the. I'm not gonna comment because anyway. But yeah, they'll all throw across the 10 regions. So this is where the table of contents starts. Now, like I was just mentioning, let's see, OBS is still working, right? OBS is still working. So the table of contents starts here with 2024 resolutions, and some of this stuff looks really familiar from the convention. And turns out, yes, some of this stuff is just punted forward, not punted in a good way either. Salary for state chair. I have not heard. I think I remember who this comes from, and Brandon, I've not heard good things about this. And plus, I think this is a little bit misplaced if I remember what this resolution is. Special Committee for Primary Election Alternatives. I don't remember what that one was, but I remember it. I don't remember what it was, and I don't remember how I reacted. This always comes in some form or another. And given a lot of the news that's happened since the convention, I bet this is either going to be really dated or even more appropriate now, so we'll find out. Now there's another one just called Election Day. I wonder if the point is moot. I want to hardening the electric grid. I remember talking about this and quite in depth with somebody up in Coeur d'Alene. Judicial vacancies. Interesting. I wonder if they're going to be touching the platform. Regarding the World Economic Forum, there's always something like this with the with these resolutions. Not saying that's good or bad, but just this is always a subject always being brought up. Government funding. I wonder if this is the federal dollars thing coming around again. Public and accuracy in government. Okay, this title makes me feel like they're either not displaying representing the issue correctly, or they're hiding something. I guess that's another Hanlon's razor thing. Protect Idaho public lands adjacent to. Okay. Wait a minute. Why is the light bulb is almost coming on for this one? Why? I really hope that that's just my brain remembering a fragment of something from the convention. I hope that's all it is. Okay, Idaho Republic to move to a simple majority for primary elections for all state candidate positions. State candidate positions. Do they mean like for public office or? Well, I guess we'll have to. Stopping grizzly bear reintroduction. Yeah, don't do. Yeah, don't do the whole bear thing. Medicare's expansion. Well, we are Republicans, are we not? To implement license for prison and sex trafficking a minor in Idaho. Doesn't sound like a bad resolution, but we'll see what we're going there. Resolution to amend the flag code with respect to the display of flags. I really hope this doesn't run afoul of what SCOTUS has already said. Oh yeah, and apparently that's the one that starts with the actual ones that have been submitted for this round. And we're already, that's 2/3 down the page, maybe? So that's still a lot more, because I remember there was being almost 2 full pages of just the table of contents here. So make a republic resolution. See what that is. That sounds interesting. Protecting Idaho from a dictatorship resolution. I think I know what that is, but I'm not going to say much until we get there. Let's see, 2025-4 is extending Fourth Amendment protection for Idaho citizens to include all private property not open to the public and beyond curtilage. I'm betting that if this isn't a really dumb resolution, that there was probably a better way of putting in a title, especially in a way that didn't include so many words. But we'll see what that one is. Resolution to allow 527 organizations to conduct. Oh, I know what that's from. I'll just let it speak for itself when it gets here, and then I'll talk about it. Resolution regarding merchandise sales by political. Yeah, those two are right together for a reason. Resolution to support uniform penalty for drugs harmful to Idaho youth. So is that actually about drugs harmful to Idaho youth, or are they just saying pot bad again? Because if that one's from Caribou County, anyway, a resolution supporting to support restoring limits on special. If that's what I think it is, I'm already saying no. But we'll hear it out. So how's OBS doing? OBS is still doing, and oh gosh, there's only 12 minutes left on the thing. Okay, well, a resolution to ensure active are never denied the opportunity to participate in party elections open to all Republic. I have a feeling that this is just some RCV crap. We'll hear it out, but I have a suspicion there. Resolution to empower private community healthcare clinics. Okay. All right. I know where this one comes from. We will get there. See, okay, 2025-12, acknowledgement of pride events as being inherently sexual and denouncing the use. Okay, this sounds really good, the subject of it. This sounds like a really bad title for it. There's probably a better way to label this one. But we will get at 2025-12 when we get there. Legislators, oh no. Are we starting this fight? Let's not do the whole throw money at something thing. Let's not start that fight. A resolution asserting limits to partisanship in municipal elections. That already sounds like a no. But, I'll hear it out, but I'm not for that. But if I'm reading this correctly, but fixing for an invasion problem. Okay, condemn and ban weather modification, solar energy. I wonder who came up with that one. Well, we'll hear it out, of course. Resolution to further secure Idaho elections. Wait, was this one of the resolutions from about a year ago, the 2024 winter meeting? Anyway, Idaho GOP resolution in opposition to the legalization of use of marijuana. That one came from Caribou County, didn't it? I'm betting. Amendment of statute regarding initiatives. Oh yeah, well, it's not exactly a secret that Reclaim Idaho has been abusing the initiative process to promote ideas and actions that are very much of a minority opinion, but lying to everybody and saying no, it's a majority opinion. Oh, and here, sign this thing that I completely misrepresented. Anyway, yeah, so 2025-19, that'll be interesting. 2025-20, prohibiting DEI at public colleges and universities. Resolution to restore the state presidential primary in March. I think that boat has sailed already. We are already in a mess about that. And we are in the mess because of the legislature just not paying attention to stuff that they're rubber stamping. And there's a guy with glasses who, everybody thinks is hot crap. And he made a very, very bad blunder with everything a couple of years ago. Was it a couple of years ago or 3? Anyway, let's see. 2025 and 22, enshrining the right to life in the state constitution. If that's what I think it is, then I'm already hard yes. Let's see. Resolution to limit property tax increases and protect homeowners in Idaho. I'll hear it out. It doesn't sound all that bad. Resolution supporting a change to district-based city council elections for Idaho cities. What is this? I'm going to want to hear what that is. This resolution has shown up again. Take back Idaho lands. It's not that I disagree, but there are certain ways we need to be going about it first, I guess. Resolution recognizing the Idaho election success. I wonder, what is that? This better not have come from Custer County. But anyway, let's see. Resolution against an Article 5 convention. I might have to reserve my comment on exactly that. I might feel loose enough to say something anyway, but anyway, see, 2025-8, resolution to tighten and enforce residency requirement for voters. I'm not against this, but I need to hear more than just the title. 2025-29, resolution to define and denounce Marxism. Okay, so we're through the table of contents now. We've got, what, 7 minutes left? Yeah, it says 7 minutes, 32 seconds or so. Yeah. Okay, well, so here we are. I might actually add a couple more minutes or something on to this timer because it took a long time just to get through the contents. So this is 2024-3. Okay, so let's get that. -3 from Brandon Durst out of Ada County, of course, infamy. No, it's just okay, Brandon, you're okay. Whereas serving as chair of the Idaho Republican Party here and after the party is a demanding and time-intensive role. Well, I don't doubt this. Whereas numerous state party organizations nationwide, that chair position precludes maintaining regular employment. Accordingly, they provide Wait a minute, hold up. You had better not be making the Barrett-Tetlow argument here, Brandon. Whereas numerous state party organizations nationwide acknowledge that the chair position precludes maintaining regular employment, and accordingly they provide compensation. Okay. This is a bad argument to make already. I will get back. I'll put a pin in that in a moment, but this is a bad argument to make. Whereas expecting the chair of the party to serve on a voluntary basis significantly restricts the pool of potential candidates for the position. That's not the point you think you're making. Whereas compensating the chair would underscore the importance of the... No, I do not agree with that at all. In fact, it puts in a perverse incentive, which is... No, okay. So he only states these 4 and then goes directly into the resolved clauses. I'm getting dangerously close to making an accusation that's extremely similar to the last time I mentioned a Barrett-Tetlow resolution. But I'll keep continuing. I'm already not liking this, Brandon. I love you, buddy, but I'm not liking this. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the chairman of the party is hereby directed to immediately appoint a special committee to investigate compensation structures of other... No! Okay. All right. I'm already having to not save this for the end. Okay. Brandon, you should remember a very recent time in the history of the Ada County Republican Party in which several bad resolutions and rules were effectively written by ChatGPT, with Barrett-Tetlow sprinkling in some things to try to make it look like it wasn't, but it totally still was. And the argument that one of the arguments that was being put in those, if you remember, is that they were trying to make the argument against paying state dues, because that's not how a lot of these other state parties do their business. And it was really funny at the time because a lot of these state Republican parties were not exactly ones known for success. I'll just put it that way. And yet, Barrett-Tetlow, Victor Miller et al., they were saying, oh yeah, we should be emulating these people, and not. My phone is trying to bother... my phone is trying to bother me right now, but these are not state parties that we should be emulating. They are not known for success, and yet those bad people from Ada County's recent past were absolutely... Yeah, anyway. So I thoroughly reject this. Be it further resolved, and plus it goes against the Republican philosophy of being a little bit more frugal with our money. Be it further resolved that the chairman is hereby directed to instruct the members of this special committee to draft a proposed rule change. Oh, not only are you wanting this, but you're bullying people through a resolution on how to get it done afterwards. Somebody's also trying to text me now. Okay, so compensation, blah blah blah. That the chairman of the party is here, the place. Oh, you're trying to. This is all kinds of hard no. In fact, this is all kinds of hard no. The rationalization is crap. It is un-Republican, and it also tries to weirdly force specific paths to take in getting what you want done. That's hard no on all three. I cannot, in good conscience, support this. In good conscience, support this. And yes, I'm starting to think that the part of this was written by ChatGPT as well. I'm this close to proposing a rule that AI should not be used in drafting rules or resolutions or platform planks of the Idaho Republican Party. I'm this close to doing that just because I'm pissed off about this. So, let's see. The timer is on 2642, and we're going to 2024-4. 2642. 26. I'm pretty sure. Okay. So, by Kirsten Lucas from Canyon County. Okay, cool. All right. All right. Special Committee for Primary Election Alternatives. Okay, no. Well. Okay, hold up. Whereas the Idaho Republican Party herein, the party has the constitutional right under the First Amendment of the United States to determine who associates and who associates with it. Well, I'm not sure what parallelism that you're going for in that weirdly mangled English sentence there, but oh, the timer is up. It's been 20 minutes. Okay. So anyway, I'm just going to finish this resolution. I only got 2 done in this one. Okay, you know what? Actually, I'm going to put in 8 minutes starting at the end of this resolution. just because of how that went down. Okay, okay, so I don't disagree with this. It's a point. It's a point I've used for other things before. Whereas the party has a constitutional right to determine who has the right to assist the party in selecting nominees. It's a weird way of going on at it, but it's true. Okay. Whereas the party has seen a considerable increase of so-called crossover, blah, 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 who has the party's best interest as expressed. This is also true. Okay. The party, by and through the State Central Committee, adopted in Article 9, Section 5. Wait, what's Article 9? I'm going to have to go look. Okay. Doing it live! Let's see, OBS is still running, right? OBS is still running. Okay, so reforces. Okay. So what was that? Article 9, Section 5 of the rules? It should have said of the rules. Okay. Still on Article 1 here. Okay, oh. Central Committee endorsement and rules regarding the eligible. Oh, okay. Apparently it's a mostly correct reference. All right. Section 5. Rules and factors. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is that thing that, what's his face? Phil McGrain was whining about. Okay. Okay, I can go for this. Whereas the Secretary of State refused to recognize and enforce the party. Oh, the very thing I just mentioned. Okay, okay. Whereas the party has the responsibility to protect the Republican brand as espoused by the party's platform. I get what you're getting at there, but try to reference it a better way, because there are some former establishment people who will twist that to mean other things. That's actually a good chunk of the conversation I had with somebody this morning. It was particularly that. Party's platform. The party desires to nominate candidates that reflect the brand as espoused by. Okay. Ranked choice voting in open primaries initiative response to the issue. Okay, this is less of an issue now since it was so soundly defeated, but given that this is one of the convention resolutions, okay. Now therefore be it resolved that the chairman of the party is hereby directed to immediately and without delay. Okay, stop bullying people. Wait, Brandon is... Yeah. Dude. You're killing me here. Chairman of the party is hereby directed to immediately and without delay. I mean, okay. But having to tell a chairman this? I don't know. Plus, I don't think that Dorothy Moon really runs her party in the way where she needs to be told things. Especially since she's the kind of chairman that actually listens to the everyday Republican. We are no longer in the days of Steve Yates or Tom Luna, where we have to do the... No. Okay. Chairman of the party is hereby directed to immediately and without delay instruct them to draft rule change to... No. Figure out what you're doing first before you even tell anybody about rule making. No. Okay. Be it further resolved, the chairman of the party is here directed to replace the recommend. No. Okay. Whereas clauses were good. The resolved clauses were bad. Pursuing this kind of idea should not necessitate ordering the chairman around. And that's how I honestly feel about it. Okay, so 8 minutes starting now, because that's so it's 2024-6 starting now. 2024-6, and the timer in the video is 33:48. Okay, and this is 2024-6 is Idaho's unequivocal support for Israel. Okay. Place passed by Bonneville County. Before the... Oh, that's interesting. I don't think the current Bonneville County would go for this anymore, because these people are of the not only of the former establishment type, but they sound like Jew haters. I'm sorry. There's probably a better way to put it, but they sound like people who don't necessarily like strangers in their neighborhood. I'll just put it that way. Least the Bonneville County people that are now in charge of them there. Before the primary, those were just regular bog standard conservatives. Even though everybody was trying to call them extremists. No, they're just bog standard conservatives. And they got to replace, and the Gem State conservatives got to replace them with something that is not as conservative and answering to the control of others instead of their own dictates of their conscience. Anyway, I got okay. Whereas the modern state of Israel, like USA, is born from a country of aspiration beyond our mutual strategic interests, Israel is like, well, okay, this is all looking familiar. Yeah, I've seen this in many years past and whatnot. We affirm America's commitment to Israel's security and this whereas clause is interesting given the history that's happened in between then and now. Whereas the United States seeks to assist the establishment of the complete and lasting peace. Well, we were very much on our way to doing that with the previous Trump administration. Hope we get there with the next one. Therefore, be it resolved, and it calls upon Senator Mike Rose, Senator blah blah blah, to take all necessary. Okay, well, I'm not liking that we have to throw money at Israel all the time, but however, the alternative is not good. We need to pull money from other things first before we pull the money from Israel support. So I'll passively agree on that resolved clause there. The Torah is proud to stand with Israel. Some of the wording in a lot of this will need to be changed, but agree. That's basically what I'm just going to say for 2024-6. One word. Agreed. Well, that's the next one. Timer is still going. So 2024-10. And let's see, what's the video timer on? 3712. All right, Election Day. Stephen Penny Allmer, Canyon County. Okay, yeah, I know who they are. Yeah, okay. Elections have historically been a one-day event. This is true. Idaho Republican Party believes that all United States citizens and all should be encouraged to register to vote. Okay, well, I'll go for that. I'm not entirely sure if registration is completely settled with that, but I get what you're getting at, and you're friendly, as far as this is concerned, so of course I'll go for that at least. But voting should all happen on one day, that's for sure. Whereas the Republican Party believes that the request for absent elector voting should be reserved for okay. This is just the ones about who, how it used to be with voting, where it was just absentee voting should be for only certain kinds of things, like if you had like a legit reason for being out of state, if you're military or just any kind of real first responder or service personnel, those kinds of things. That's what that's talking about there. Okay. Whereas the Idaho Republican Party believes that a cost and time savings would be achieved through new laws. Believes a cost and time savings would be achieved through new laws, stating that only the elector can request an application for an absent. I'm not sure if this lines up with what's going on. It's saying that it's implying that other people can also request ballots for a voter, that is not themselves. I'm going to want to hear the presentation on this. In addition, the Idaho Republican Party believes that voting closest to your place of residence with your neighbor's help creates a sense of like an old-fashioned town school. Okay, these last words on the end of this, not necessary. Because we know what you're getting at, and it's fine. But leaving it in like that can create unnecessary drama, creating a sense of community, or rather, maybe more like strengthening a community. That would be fine. It feels like nitpicking though, so I'll move on. And it only has one resolved clause here. It says, therefore, be it resolved that the Idaho Republican Party encourage the legislators to make and pass bills that will ban all vote by mail election and voting center style polling places, reduce absentee voting, and encourage and I'll at least passive agree on this one. It's 2024-10, right? Yeah, that's a passive agree. Okay, so the next 2024-11. Let's see. 11, and the video timer is 49. I didn't want to say 50. Okay, let's see. 2024-11. OBS is still working, right? Okay, yeah. 2024-11, hardening the electric grid. Whereas the United States has multiple. Whereas the United States now has multiple countries wishing us harm because China is actively preparing their militarily for. Okay, grammar, dude. But I get what you're getting at here, but grammar, dude. For war, and because foreign countries are sending terrorists into our country, the threats facing our homeland today are greatest in decades. Yeah, that is absolutely true. In fact, I think you're underselling it. Whereas America's safety is in question, our electrical grid is facing multiple threats of destruction from... Oh. The timer is up, so I will finish with this resolution right here. But, okay, still going on it, though. Where safety is in question, our electrical grid is facing multiple threats of destruction from the following sources. Computer hacking. Yeah, this is all true. In fact, a few months ago, I watched a really interesting video about, from a hacker perspective on some of this and how they were really concerned. Yeah, what they call a black hat hacker could absolutely be, could absolutely do a lot of damage. So yes, this is all true. In fact, again, Phil, I think you're underselling it, which you might have a completely valid reason for doing that. Whereas the director of the numerous countries, China's hackers are positioning on American infrastructure in preparation to wreak havoc across. Oh yeah, I think I remember reading this in a story at the time. Yeah, which okay, and yes, lives will be. It will cost lives if there's any major damage to if there's any major damage to our power grid. Whereas the EMP Commission created in maybe 90% 12 months after an EMP. Okay, that makes sense. That lines up with what I already know. Okay. Whereas President Trump during the last year to analyze and okay. Okay. Therefore, be resolved that is proposed that it is okay. Be it resolved that it is okay. I'm trying to not be down on people who don't know how to write a resolution, but maybe this Phil right here can maybe take a little bit of time to learn. I'm trying to not be rude about it, though. It's obvious that he is trying to do a thing which is an ultimate good. So I'm trying to not react to a lot of the bad form here. That the IDGOP recommend to the state legislature actions that will mean, okay, you are raising the subject. It is a concern, and it is completely right to be bringing it up. Yes, okay. Therefore, be it further resolved that this requires measurable and verifiable resolutions to these issues with an aggressive time frame, because every day these threats increase greatly. It should protect itself. It's kind of a grim way of looking at it, but it's not wrong. There's some sources cited in here. A lot. Oh, okay. You're oversighting. Okay. It still goes. It still goes. Okay, so the next one is going to be 2024-12. I'm going to be covering that in the next video. So I'll just go back to OBS here. Okay, so what's going to happen from here is I'm going to close. I'm going to save this video and upload it. And while it is uploading, I'll then be recording this. So I need to move some stuff around. This video is already 45 minutes long anyway. I went as far as I could with this, with this chunk, but I can't do it all in the same video. I think I explained that earlier pretty well. So I will see you here in a little bit in the next video. Blessings.